Hey, this is Fresh Trash page 1, the explanation of the rhythms videos. Now, I'm not going to cover every single measure. For example, look at measure 5 through 8, and then really 9 all the way through about 14 on the bottom. I mean, you just don't need a quarter note explanation. I know you guys are pretty good with that. A couple other measures I don't need to explain, similar to that, measure 21 on the bottom all the way really to 24. Now, a couple that I'm going to explain really quick, but I don't think you need a visual. Find measures 17, 18, 19, and 20 on the bottom. You have takadimita. Shh, shh. It's pretty easy stuff. I think you guys kind of understand those. Measure 18, takadimita, shh, ta. Just a couple little more elements there. So for the most part, I think you don't need a lot of help on those. Two more that I don't think you need a lot of help on. Measure 15 on the bottom. Series of 4 groups of takadimis. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And if you look at 16 on the bottom again, takadimi, takadimi, ta, mi. Another measure I don't think you need a lot of explanation on. Having said that, there are some that I know you could use a little bit of help on, and that's what I'm going to help you with now. All right, ready? Top line, measure 1 through 8. Also, measure 13, 14, 15, 16. They're all identical. Ready? Here is your first visual. Ta, di, ta, di, ta, di, ta. I think you understand how that works. I'm going to take a couple of these and add some more stuff to get this. Ta, di, taka, di, taka, di, mi, ta. Now, if I would add some other stuff to this last element here, I want to group these 3 notes together. So what I'm going to end up doing is doing this. It's easiest just to draw a dot on the side of that note and end up with a dot plus the last 16th. You therefore have ta, di, taka, di, mi. Shh. Say that with me. Ready? Measure 1 and go. Ta, di, taka, di, mi. Shh. One more time and say it and go. Ta, di, taka, di, ta, mi. Shh. Hopefully that makes sense. That's measure 1 through 8, and then really quite a few after that, 13 through 16. The next one that I want to break down for you is 10, 12, 22, and 24 on the top. 10, 12, 22, 24. Let's start with 10. They're all the same, but let's start with 10. It's easiest to find. Breaking it down into its parts. Ta, di, ta, di, ta, ta. Altering a couple little things in there. If I want to get rid of this note right there, let's just kind of get rid of that last one. Kind of scribbling it out there. And replacing it with the rest. That makes it a little easier. Ta, di, ta, shh. I'm going to add a bar to this one now. I'm going to add a little bit more. Ta, di, but in the middle I have that 16th note. Ta, di, mi. Ta, di, ta, and there's our rest replaced. All right, take a look at the bottom again. Ta, di, mi, ta, di, ta, shh. Look at measure 10 on the top line and say measure 10 on the top line with me. It's exactly what we just did. Ready? Say it and go. Ta, di, excuse me. Ready and go. Ta, di, mi, ta, di, ta. Shh. One more time, measure 10, ready and say. Ta, di, mi, ta, di, ta. Shh. Ready? Again, and say it again. Ta, di, mi, ta, di, ta. Shh. This is going to be measure 10, 12, 22, and 24. Okay? All those measures right there. The last group of measures I want to explain to you is measure 9, 11, 21, and 23 on the top line. Look at measure 9 on the top line. I'm going to start with a visual here. Now, this is the whole measure, right? And you don't have to look at your music, just kind of stare here. But what they do is they take ta, di, ta, di, ta, ta, and they do some stuff. They get rid of a few things. They have a rest on this note. So they're going to get rid of that note. And they have a rest on that last note. Ta, di, ta, shh. If I replace those notes that I just scribbled out with the rest, I get this. Ta, di, ta, ta. Ta, di, ta, ta. Say that with me. Look at the screen right here. ta, di, ta, ta. Find your music, measure 9 the top line. Measure 9 the top line. Find your music, measure 9 the top line. Ready? And a 1 and a 2 and a ready, set, go. Ta, di, ta. Shh. One more time and a ready, set, go. Ta, di, ta. Shh. So those are all the measures I thought you needed an explanation on. I think everything else you can kind of figure out on your own. Even if you can't play it, even if you mess it up with your hands, I think you understand those. But everything else, hopefully that's a little more explanation. If it's in your brain, it can go through to your hands. But if it's not in your brain, well, then that's my job, is to help you. Hopefully that did. Look for the other video for the second page, and good luck. If you want to test yourself, if you think you really, really know them without my help here, go to my explanation video, my counting video, and see if you can figure that out.